What is poppin', fight fans, and welcome
Oh,
to another episode of the Mystic Hour live on the MMA Island. I am Darnell Giovanni, aka Mystic Black, and I got a very special guest on the show today. He's got a record of 13-2. He was the Smash Global Welterweight Champion, competed on Dana White's Contender Series, fought for Bellator, King of the Cage, Combate Americas. He fights Mike Perry April 10th at UFC Fight Night 189. We got Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez in the house. What's up, Danny?
cracking everybody.
How you doing, boss?
Good, man. Good. Just right here, here at the BMF Ranch, middle of nowhere, New Mexico.
Absolutely. How's the camp going so far?
Going great, man. Actually, I've been in camp like past, 3-4 weeks already. Kind of knew this fight was gonna happen. So I came out here and started getting ready. Got a little head start.
Yeah, anything from the last fight when you fought Nicholas Dalby? Was there anything you learned from that fight?
Yeah, man. Don't leave it in the hands of the judges, pretty much. Could have did a little bit more. There was a couple mistakes I made. I had rocked him in the third round. I should have kept striking instead of going for a takedown, let him recover. But yeah, man. I learned just to be a little bit more aggressive when the fight is that close.
Absolutely. And last year they had the comebacks of the year and they had a couple different nominations, but I didn't see your name enough in that. Do you think you kind of got like swiped over for that because that fight against Dwight Grant, I felt that was a pretty big comeback.
Yeah, that was a big comeback, but there were some good candidates. You know, uh, just being a nominee is pretty cool enough for me. I guess I showed a little. I got some heart. I'm able to come back and come back with a knockout finish. So I think just being a nominee is good enough for me. I gained a lot of fans' respect in that fight. So it's kind of like a win-win.
Yeah, and that was an incredible performance. And you fought about 4 times last year. Do you plan on having the same active fighting this year or maybe slow it down a bit?
Man, dude, like I'm saying, I was already in fight camp. Those last four fights, honestly, were all short notice fights. It was like 2 weeks notice or less. And even one of those fights was actually the fight where that Dwight Grant fight was 24 hours notice. So
24 hours, yeah.
yeah, so I pretty much had just planned to stay in shape all time, which is a hard thing to do with to stay motivated with no fights coming up. It's a real hard thing to do. So this is the first full fight camp they give me. But my plan is just to stay ready for whenever they need those short notice guys to step up. I know the UFC really appreciates that from fighters, and I just hope to continue to fight as much as possible.
And you've got Mike Perry coming up at UFC Fight Night 189. I know you've been asking for this fight for a long time. Was it super easy to accept it?
Oh yeah, dude. As soon as I got the bout agreement, it was already signed. Um, yeah, like I was saying, we had got a little heads up ahead of time that Mike Perry was next on the list, but I guess he had like an injury. He had cut his leg or something, some kind of crazy shit he always does. My only concern is that he doesn't do no crazy shit while we're in camp, and they don't jeopardize the fight.
He didn't make weight his last fight. Are you worried about that this time around? And if he doesn't make weight, will you still accept the fight?
Of course, but you know, I would kind of like for him to make weight. That way, it's more of a fair fight, and I'm not the only one suffering and struggling to make weight. But like I said, as far as weight cutting goes, for me, I mean, I think we have enough time to make weight. I'm like slowly, I'm doing a slow cut this time, and I'm gradually working my way down when it comes down to fight week. And hopefully he takes his fight serious, and makes weight and comes in professional. Because if you ask me, his back's against the wall right here. He's looking to might possibly get cut after the ass whooping I'm gonna give him. Because I might run him out the UFC. But hopefully he just comes in prepared, like as well as I'm coming prepared, and we give the fans a great fight. The fans are really excited about this one. I'm excited about this one. It's kind of like next level shit for me, as far as like those next level. He's like at the bottom of the next level opponents where I'm trying to get to. So It's a big name for me and a big opportunity, and hopefully he just comes prepared.
And he's a guy who loves to stand and trade. You think you'll take that route and do that with him? Obviously, not try to get hit, of course, but is that your preference for this fight?
I mean, that's kind of like my style too. If you notice my fights, I don't really go for too much grappling line, and I have a pretty good grappling pedigree, but
10th
I
planet.
preference and style of fighting, is more fan friendly. Kind of likes to stand and bang too, but I feel like I'm the more technical fighter. He's kind of the guy who's just gonna come at you swinging crazy, and we're working on that. And I'll be prepared, man. I'll be ready for wherever the fight goes. I'll be ready for it. If he tries to take me down, I have great takedown defense as well as jujitsu. I don't know how, I've been hearing some things about his jiu-jitsu is not so great, but I never underestimate anybody, so I'm preparing in all aspects of the game.
He's had some recent controversies from punching the older guy at the restaurant, the thing with the glass kicking through the door. Does that motivate you more to like, probably want to hurt him like differently than any other opponent?
Um, yeah, I mean, the way he carries himself and some of the stupid shit he does kind of makes him like a little douchebag, little, you know. Um, at the same time, like he's kind of entertaining as well. He's got a pretty decent fan base, and like I said, man, he's like the next um, level opponent for me. And I try to ignore all the the sideshow shit he does, but at the same time, it brings publicity, whether it's bad publicity, and I just been wanting to fight him. He beat one of my former teammates, and
Nikki Gall.
yeah, he beat Mickey Gall, and I kind of want to go in there and avenge the loss for my homie, as well as get the win for me, and so that way my career skyrockets and takes off, you know to my expectations.
And you're at the BMF ranch right now with Donald Cerrone. You've been training with him for a little bit. Is there anything specifically you take from a guy who's had over 30 fights in the UFC?
Man, I'm taking it all in, bro. You know, um, I love it here. Obviously, Cowboy, a legend in the game, has been in tons of wars, as well as like the whole focus aspect of being here and being 100% focused on the fight. It's kind of the middle of nowhere. There's so much to do here, but at the same time, it's like all the focus I need to prepare for an opponent like this. And be at my best. As far as as all the striking goes, the grappling, the strength and conditioning. We're at elevation here, so I'm doing some high intensity shit right here. So I'm expecting a war. I'm expecting to because he's a tough dude. I mean, I don't I don't remember him like really getting like knocked out, but I recently dropped a highlight video and it shows like all my knockouts,
Yeah.
and a lot of people didn't know that. So um, I'm really excited about this fight. I'm coming in strong and prepared, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm going in there to excel my career, and as well as take his ass out.
And you talk about Joe Schilling being your mentor, somebody that you look up to. How has Joe Schilling motivated you in your life since you met him? And how did you guys end up meeting?
Yeah, I started off training with Kathy Long and the 10 Planet guys over at Tap Out in downtown LA, and kind of got to a point where I kind of they had to like give me to like another gym because I had excelled. I had got to like a point where I was like really good, so I wanted to go to a gym where I wasn't the best guy there, and started going to the yard, and little by little got to know Joe a little bit more. Eventually, after a while, and I showed myself, because Joe's not the type of dude that's like gonna take anybody under his wing. So I had to like prove myself a little bit, time and time again, in the gym and in competition. And now we're boys now. We're fucking good ass homies, teammates. And we just take stuff from each other. Like we both learn from each other, and just a teammate thing like that. And as well, like he's fucking my head striking coach, legend in the game. and it feels good. I got multiple legends in the game in my corner. I got Eddie Bravo,
Yeah.
as well as Cowboy. I got some I got a good solid team. And it's all the confidence it gives me. Having these dudes in my corner, and as well as teammates, and all the love and attention I get from dudes like this. It goes a long ways for me.
Yeah, and you grew up in Alhambra, California. Was there anything when you were younger that made you want to, you know what, I want to try jujitsu out? Or did you wrestle? Did you have a background in mixed martial arts, in any kind of mixed martial art?
Ah, man.
Yeah,
First MMA gym I ever stepped foot in, I was 25 years old.
yeah,
But before that, I mean, I'm 34 now, so like over 9 years, I made it to the UFC with no experience.
yeah,
But other than that, like to be honest with you, man, it was all kind of like street knowledge type shit. Just when I was younger, I used to get in trouble a lot. And I used to get locked up a lot, get in street fights. I grew up in L.A. County, man. You already know, like
yeah.
Mexican. I'm all tatted up. I ain't no stranger to you know to hood shit. So I grew up in that environment. And it just kind of made me like the way I am today. But I did do a little bit of boxing, but that's kind of like my preferred like technique as far as mixed martial arts goes. But yeah, I started going to 10 Planet. I mean, to the Tap Out gym, and then the 10 Planet guys moved in, and then one of the coaches there was like, "Man, come on, try it," because I just wanted to box, and started trying it, and I'm not gonna lie, at first jujitsu wasn't my favorite shit to do because
Yeah.
I don't like losing,
Yeah.
and especially I don't like getting choked out and just it's uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. I guess over the years, and now I just love it. Now we're grappling every day. Like since I've been here at the ranch, we're like I've never grappled this much, unless I'm getting ready for a grappler. But I feel over the years my skill set, it's really getting better and better. Just like any and everything else. Overall, I'm becoming a complete mixed martial artist.
And you have kids yourself, Daniel. Is there anything you would tell them or anybody as they grow up what they can do to, like, maybe not, even if they get into trouble when they're younger, to surpass that and become like the mixed martial artist that you are now? Because that's truly
Yeah,
motivating.
my kids are already in jujitsu.
Yeah.
But like one thing I'll tell anybody that is like got a lot of shit going on back home, and I do tell this to like the younger students at our gym. Like we got dudes that they come in, they got issues at home, they got and I always tell them, man, like yo, like no matter how lost you get in life, and no matter where like life's gonna try to steer you, it's gonna try to steer you the wrong way. Like never lose sight of that vision. They're like never like let whatever you're going through in life, like, whether it's a girl or fucking problems at home or just never let nothing take you out of this gym. You know what I mean? Never like because no matter how lost you get in life, like no matter how lost I've gotten along the way, I've always found myself in the gym. So the gym has never been a place where people are not happy to see me. I go there, everybody's happy to see me all the time. So that's my place to be. So one thing I would tell anybody that's younger than me and trying to do this is just don't let nothing stop you, no matter what, no matter how like whatever it is, just take your ass to the gym. That's all you got to do.
And I've seen you hang out with Dan Bilzerian recently. How was that, first of all? And you think he can be a fighter one day? I'm sure you saw him train or hit some pads.
I mean, if he wants to fight, I'm pretty sure he can make it happen. He probably, but yeah, that was a cool experience as well. Um, Everybody knows like he's the man. So hanging out with him at his house and everything, it was a cool experience. Kind of like little eye opener, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like since as time has been going, like just I'm experiencing new dope shit. I was out there with Cowboy. Just MMA is taking my life to a whole nother route, meeting fucking legends in the game, just super iconic people, famous people, celebrities, all that shit, man. And I'm just taking it all in. Also realizing I'm kind of becoming that person myself. So, um, I just kind of like take it all in, you know, and I always like tell myself little sayings like, you know, like you surround yourself with people you're gonna be like, and shit. I'm surrounded by legends in the game and dope ass people, you know. So little by little, I'm becoming that, you know.
That's awesome. And besides that, you know, outside the MMA, I see you designing some sneakers, the Buzz Lightyears that you painted yourself. Is there
Yeah.
a maybe a post fighting career Daniel Rodriguez sneaker design?
Dude, who knows? That's my thing. I'm into like clothes, sneakers, and shit. You know, I might even, you know, start a store. You know, I did like the idea of being able to design your own sneaker. You know, maybe do something like that. Or who knows, man? Right now, I'm just focusing on fighting right now, and you know, just giving it all I got, man. It's really like, you know, I'm realistic, and I know this shit ain't gonna last forever. I'm 34 years old, so I feel like I'm in my prime. You know, so I told myself I'm gonna give this shit everything I got, you know, until it's over. And
Yeah, and then the last question I just wanted to ask you is the ultimate goal just completely just providing for your family or becoming a UFC champion? What's more important?
well, of course, I want to be a
Yeah,
UFC champion, you know.
yeah,
And if I truly want that, I got to think about it now and start working towards that now, and kind of like really just focus on that, you know, and you know, I can't just say. I got to truly believe that shit, you know, and put in the work. And you know, if God wants it to be that way, then I'll be a UFC champion, you know. But you know, ultimately, of course, I want to like set the steps for my kids. You know, eventually, like if they want to pursue this later on, I will have all the resources and have it already set up for them. You know, but ultimately, I just want to take care of my kids. You know, and you know, give them something a positive influence for someone. You know, I want to be a positive influence for someone that, like for them to look at, be like, man, my dad, this and that. Like, you know, just for them to be proud of me, I'll be happy with all this shit. You know,
April 10th. How does the fight end?
what was that?
April 10th. How does the fight end?
Oh man, I'm gonna overwhelm him with strikes and knock him out, man. I think second round knockout.
Second round knockout. Heard it here first. Yeah, I know. Anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Yo, make sure you stay tuned. April 10th, you're gonna get the best version of Daniel Rodriguez possible. Best version you ever seen me before. You know, I'm out here working hard every single day. You know, and I hope my story, once you guys hear it, you know, help inspire somebody to get their work in. You know, never quit, never stop. Hey, shit is limitless if you really think about it. So, hope I encourage somebody to you know get that work. You know.
Absolutely. Daniel Rodriguez fights Mike Perry April 10th, UFC Fight Night 189. Thank you so much for the time, boss. Hopefully we can talk again after the fight.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, boss. Thank you. There he is right there, Daniel D. Rodriguez. He fights Mike Perry April 10th. Hope you guys check that out. This will be up on the YouTube straight after. Appreciate you guys.